What's going on, guys? It's Hannah with Easy Messenger AI. And in this video, I want to talk about how to configure your settings properly for the Easy Messenger AI tool. So let's go ahead and dig into it. When you first log into your tool, you'll actually be brought to a page that looks like this. There's several tabs that we'll talk about up here. We'll talk about these throughout other trainings, but in this training, I specifically want to talk about the General tab in the warm up tab and how to use both of them. All right. So, first off, when you first log in, you'll notice that enable automated messages is already toggled on. This is going to be how many messages you would like Facebook to send every day. And if you look, there's these two boxes right here that are specifically for message limits. So, this one, again, whenever it defaults, it sets you at 13 initial messages, and then it sets you at 50 follow up messages. Now, if you don't use Facebook a lot, I wouldn't actually recommend this. If you're not somebody who's on the platform daily sending messages or sending about 13 brand new messages to people per day, I wouldn't do that. And I would actually use the warm up feature here in a moment that I would talk about. But for somebody like myself who I'm on Facebook quite a bit, it's where I get a lot of my clients already. So I might already be sending 13, 15, 20 messages per day to brand new people, and I could set that however I wanted. So maybe I want to have it for 15 people. You can adjust this. You can adjust how many messages you want going out. It's just really important to note that you don't inflate these numbers too aggressively. Make them sound appropriate to what you're doing right now because Facebook does monitor how we interact on our profiles. And if all of a sudden, after like 6 months of not doing anything on our profile, we start sending 15 messages and 50 follow up messages and all that good stuff, Facebook is going to think that there's something fraudulent going on and they're going to lock your account. So this platform, Easy Messenger AI, is overwhelmingly safe to use. However, if you don't use it with the guidelines that we suggest, and if you try to set it to do things that don't seem normal to your on your Facebook, to the usage on your Facebook, that can create a problem. So be mindful of that. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is this button right here where it says enable automated friend requests. Now, this is also something that you can toggle on. Again, you probably noticed it's automatically toggled off. And the reason why is because in terms of Facebook monitoring, they actually monitor friend requests very, very aggressively, meaning they want to make sure that most of the time we're sending friend requests to people we actually know. And so I recommend that if you would like to use this feature, you just don't be too aggressive with it. I would send maybe 5 to 10 friend requests per day and let that be automated, but I probably wouldn't do beyond that. That's just because I prefer not to try to risk my Facebook account, and sometimes Facebook can be a little goofy with it. So if you would like to automate friend requests, you can. You don't have to. What's great about this tool is the way it delivers messages into the inbox. It actually doesn't even really matter if you send a friend request. You're still able to make sales and book appointments, even if you're messaging people who are otherwise not your friends on Facebook. All right. The third option that we have right here is enable AI. This is something that you can toggle on and off. There's actually a video training specifically that will show you how to set up the AI, so you can look forward to that. But AI itself is not a required aspect for this tool. This tool has two components. It has the automated features and then it has the AI features. And so with this tool, you can automate friend requests and you can automate intro messages and follow-up messages. These items right here are what you can automate. Now, the AI steps in once somebody responds to a message, and that's when the AI can respond if you want it to. Otherwise, if you don't have AI turned on, that simply means whenever somebody like responds to a message, you would just have to pick up the other side of the conversation instead of the AI. So, if you don't want to use AI, you don't have to. If you do, make sure to watch the video. We'll show you how to do it. It's awesome. It's amazing. The AI is so human-like. It's incredible. So, strongly recommend it. So this is just kind of a recap of the general. Now let's go ahead and dig into warm up. So we have the warm up feature specifically for people who maybe aren't on Facebook a lot. Maybe you are more of an Instagram user, or maybe you just haven't been on it or logged into it in a while, right? Whatever the situation is, we all know Facebook is a great place to get clients. It's just there's so many users, right? So many client opportunities on Facebook. So if you want to get into the game but you haven't really used your Facebook before, we need to make sure we're warming it up first before we just go all in and start sending a bunch of friend requests and messages because Facebook will think you're hacked or something like that, right? So we want to turn on the enable warm up feature if that sounds like you. So if you're somebody who isn't on it a lot, if you don't really send messages or friend requests to people, we want to use this and we want to warm up your account. The way I recommend doing this, and I know there's several people that will, if you're looking over, there's several different ways to do this, right? But the way I find that it works really well is I just kind of start with the base. So I start with these numbers 2, 4, and then 2, 2. So what this does is means my warm up message limit, it will send between 2 and 4 messages per day. That's it. So it starts off sending 2 to 4 messages per day. So that means that one day it could send 2, another day it could send 3, another day it could send 4. It's randomized. And then every 2 days, we'll increase these numbers by 2. So every 2 days, this number and this number will increase by 2. So 2 days from now, this will be 4 and this will be 6. Then it'll get up to, 10 and 12, and it goes up every 2 days. So within a week, you could be at like 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 or something like that. So it's just a slower way to grow, but it helps kind of season your account with Facebook and decrease the chances of you kind of getting flagged, because once you get flagged, Facebook can shut you down for 24, 48, 72 hours and you can't do anything, right? And we don't want that. We don't want to get to a point where you're in the middle of a conversation and Facebook's like, whoa, 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 something's wrong. And somebody responds to you and you can't even respond to them for days. We don't want that. So again, if you are using this tool the way we recommend it, and we really do recommend and exercise an abundance of caution with this tool, because it's really powerful. But if you put like 40, 50, 60 here, the tool will send 40, 50, 60 messages and then your account will get messed up. So strongly, strongly, strongly don't recommend that. The only other thing I want to talk about is up here at the top, how you can adjust what time to what time you want your messages being sent out. So I don't really like messages for me going out at like midnight, but I usually start to like to send my messages between like 10 a.m. and let's go all the way up to the top here and maybe 6 p.m. And then I include AI, and voila, now I have that set up. So if you want to have AI set on yours too, you would do that. And again, we'll talk about the AI in another video, but these are the general settings that I would recommend that you have when using this tool. I hope that makes sense, and I will see you in the next training video. Talk soon.